Good afternoon, I am Precious Muzea Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Midday News. The headlines. BOWMAN LUSAMBO rejects calls to audit PF members. Grave diggers BEMOAN low death threat amid COVID-19. Join me with the details after this commercial.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the...
She has so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
And now the media news in detail. Southern Province Minister Cornelius Mwitwa says the supply of fertilizer to Southern Province outside the budget has been necessitated by the low allocation of fertilizer bags by the previous administration to the province. Addressing the media, Mr. Mwitwa, who is also UPND spokesperson, says there is nothing sinister about the supply of fertilizer to the province, as farmers in the area were allocated 3 bags of fertilizer per farmer instead of 6, on the pretext that the province was predicted to have low levels of rain. Different sectors of society have been questioning the supply of fertilizer to Southern Province by a named company in which husband, the Minister of Information and Media, Chishi Kasanda, is said to be a shareholder.
It has nothing to do with any, shareholder in Alpha being a husband of any minister. And we also like to encourage that Zambian companies doing business in Zambia will always be owned or have shares owned by Zambians. But that such companies are separate legal entities from its shareholders. And that we should stop the idea of dragging shareholders' identities into the operations of a company and begin to mislead the nation that there is something amiss here when there is totally nothing. As a matter of reality, the Patriotic Front should be the last ones to comment on this issue. They must be ashamed that they were segregating half of the country in fertilizer distribution.
While Zambia has seen a reduction in the COVID-19 cases, some grave diggers at St. Anne's Cemetery in Chipata district of Eastern Province lamented that work has been unbearable. Speaking to Camnet TV Tuesday in Chipata district, the grave diggers say they used to dig about 5 graves per day during the peak of the COVID-19. Meanwhile, Zambia is anticipating the 4th wave of the COVID-19 pandemic, which is projected to be deadly.
In one of the local languages in Zambia, they say Nikusiana Siana Kwama office, meaning different jobs for various kinds of people. These are grave diggers at St. Anne's Cemetery in Chipata district of Eastern Province. The death of others excite their pockets. At the peak of the 3rd wave of the COVID-19 and other factors which led to more fatalities, they say work was overwhelming due to a number of deaths recorded as they were able to dig more graves. Over the past week, the country recorded 87 new COVID-19 cases and 1 death compared to 81 cases and 2 deaths the previous week. However, this reduction in deaths, which is good for the country, seems to be hindering someone's chance to own a house.
It's a time of COVID. We now take a protein and I am open. But this type of business you
The cumulative number of COVID-19 related deaths recorded to date stands at 3,667.
COVID-19 drama ziwesa kupanga kuzolongo soka. Ndatawa mde zokwanisa kumba wa maligode ali 6 mde zopanga wa 7 pincha kuti 8 pincha kuti but no time hapa drama sioneka bino kaya business kulibe lomba
kwa business mnaonera manje hapa business akhala kosilo ishana pa first pacha kwa covid pacha business ilenda mshemba ningi hapa manje hapa ili kosilo pako pang'ono but msaoni monga timvera mushi tu anthu akufa isa ni ntchito tithandiza abantu nawo anthu amvera mushi kuti atu athandiza.
To address the COVID-19 pandemic, part of the solution is the vaccination program, which medical experts say would help Zambia contain the anticipated fourth wave and reduce fatalities.
And before the next wave hits, as a country, we expect that we'll be in a position to say that the bulk of our most at-risk population is actually covered with vaccine. So we're not talking about reaching 60% by 2023 or 2024. We want this milestone to be reached between now and the close of the year, so that the country is ready to face the next wave whenever it's anticipated to come.
So far, Zambia has passed the 1 million mark in terms of vaccination. Well, there are many factors besides the COVID-19 leading to deaths, but whatever the case, it seems there is a reduction according to direct beneficiaries, and our efforts to compare figures on the death records with the local authority could not materialize by broadcast time. Patrick Soko, Camnet News.
In other news, the Kasama High Court has nullified the election of Opposition Patriotic Front's Taulo Chewe as Member of Parliament for Lubansenshi constituency. The court nullified the election on account of electoral malpractices. So far, over 5 parliamentary seats have been nullified by the High Court countrywide.
More parliamentary elections countrywide have continued to be nullified by the High Court, with the numbers slowly increasing. So far, about 5 parliamentary elections of the Opposition Patriotic Front members have been nullified by the court, with the court citing different reasons, with the most common being electoral malpractice, among others. On Friday last week, Mr. BOWMAN LUSAMBO was first in line to have his elections nullified by the Ndola High Court, citing violence, then followed by Mr. Joseph Malanji, whose ground is different from others. His election as Kwacha Member of Parliament were nullified because he has no grade 12 certificate, but he claims the court erred.
The court has erred in its ruling for this matter, because the contention of eligibility period was long gone. That is supposed to be 14 days from the date of filing in nominations, and that did not happen. What we went to court for was the alleged violence during the elections, and that is what we were geared for in court.
Lubansenshi constituency seat has not been spared either, with the Kasama High Court Tuesday going ahead to nullify the elections of PF's Taulo Chewe. The court has also cited electoral malpractice as one of the grounds of these elections being nullified. Meanwhile, the Kasama High Court has upheld the election of George Chisanga and Robert Kalima as members of parliament for Lukasha constituency in Kasama district and Malole constituency in Mungwi district, respectively. Looking at the current situation, some governance experts fear the country may turn into a one-party state, looking at the slowly growing number of elections being nullified. Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Patriotic Front Kabushi Member of Parliament BOWMAN LUSAMBO has questioned calls by the PF mobilization member Bezwa Mtale to have top party members audited, even as the party seeks to rebrand and start a new chapter with the Zambian people. In an interview, Mr. LUSAMBO has described these statements as retrogressive to the party, questioning why arrests were not made if PF officials were indeed involved in corruption. He has also expressed confidence that the party will retain its parliamentary seats that have been nullified by courts of law across the country on various grounds, stating that the PF is still the people's choice due to developmental projects it put up when in power.
Patriotic Front PF Kabushi Member of Parliament BOWMAN LUSAMBO has rubbish statements by fellow PF Mobilization member Bizwo Mutale that there is need for an audit of PF officials even as the party seeks to rebrand and regain the confidence of the Zambian people. There have been various allegations from different sections of society that officials from the former ruling party were involved in corrupt activities.
Today I come to confirm the letters have been sent. The Auditor General, the letter has been delivered and they have confirmed that the letter has been received. Anti-Corruption Commissioner, they have confirmed that the letter has been received. Drug Enforcement Commission, the letter has been delivered and they have confirmed that the letter has been received.
In an interview, Mr. Lusambo has questioned why no arrests were made in the previous regime if its officials were indeed corrupt.
As PF, we are not even interested in discussing issues of audit of our members because we know where we stand and we know what we want to achieve and we know what we have done to the betterment of this great country, Zambia. So Mr. Bizwo Mutale, I can only advise him that let him cool down. Okay, let him cool down.
He has further gone to reassure the people of Kabushi constituency after the recent nullification of his seat on alleged election malpractice.
It is not only the people of Kabushi who are feeling bad. The name of BOWMAN LUSAMBO is not a name only confined in Kabushi constituency. It's a name which is everywhere. And the people everywhere, they are very annoyed with the experience which we had on Friday. But what I can tell the people of Kabushi is hold on, and the Friday's decision was not final. Until God says it's final, that's when we are going to do another plan. But we know that serving the people of Kabushi is not only being the member of parliament. You can serve the people on other positions.
The Kabushi lawmaker has also apologized to the Zambian people for reports of cadarism and violence in the previous administration, stating that what the Zambian people disliked was the cadarism and not the party itself, as it brought massive development. He, however, says he will continue to support the government of the day, even as they seek to save the Zambian people. Zipporah Mushala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
That news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Media News, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. BOWMAN LUSAMBO rejects calls to audit PF members. Grave diggers bemoan low death rate amid COVID-19. Thank you for joining us. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Pleasant viewing.